Now from the Weather Tracker TV Storm Studios, this is your weather today. Here's Chief Meteorologist William Cole.
All right, well, happy Wednesday, everybody. Here we go. It is hump day, but it is also thaw-out day. At least the beginning of the thaw-out across North Texas. Of course, we've been dealing with this Arctic air mass in place. Today is the day, though. It begins to modify, and in fact, we're talking about milder temperatures into the weekend. I think you're going to like that. I've also got some rain chances beginning to show up, some good old-fashioned rain chances. Again, we'll run down those details here over the next few minutes as well. But today, look at this. This looks good. We'll be up, well, right around 50, maybe even a few lower 50s around the area. And again, a lot of bright sunshine. It's a southerly wind kicking in today, beginning to kind of scour out some of this Arctic air. But this morning, it was another brutally cold start to the morning. Again, teens and 20s. You can see over around Mesquite down to 17 this morning. The big airport 24. Even Mineral Wells down to 19. Again, just looking around North Texas. Again, most of us in the lower 20s, lower mid 20s. Again, out the door right around sunrise. So radar is quiet in North Texas. Radar is also quiet across the Lone Star State. Of course, yesterday we had the historic snowstorm that first started down around Houston. Houston picking up snow, and then New Orleans picking up nearly 10 inches of snow, and then 6 to even 8 inches of snow down in the Florida Panhandle. You can see what's left of it, the blue that is now beginning to move off coast over around the Carolinas. So we're essentially done with that storm system. And as we begin to look out in time, right over the next couple of days, we continue to be in this northwesterly flow. The only real weather feature over the next 24 hours, it's going to be one more little wind shift line. We've got southerly winds today. It's a cold front that'll come through tomorrow, but it's basically just kind of recycling the air that we have. No real temperature change for tomorrow, but it will be a bit more of a brisk northerly wind. And then after that, we're basically off to the races heading into the weekend. Again, we are talking about milder temperatures, but this Arctic air mass, it's really been gripping the nation as we've gone over the last several days. But again, slowly but surely, this is going to begin to retreat back to the north, again, heading into the weekend. And again, for a lot of folks, better weather heading into the weekend. So here we go. Here comes that next little storm trough pushing through. Again, like I mentioned, it'll bring kind of a weak cold front through the area, just kind of recycling the air for tomorrow. That's not really a big deal. But as we get into the weekend, look at this upper level storm system dropping down the west coast, and then it stalls on the west coast, and it's going to send out little pieces of energy. And as we get into late weekend Sunday, and then as we go through parts of next week, I think we're going to have an opportunity of some good old-fashioned liquid rain back in the forecast, something we really need as we're, now heading deeper into January, and essentially here even into parts of February. It's been relatively dry, obviously. So just looking out over the next 7 days, rainfall projections here. Again, you can see North Texas, some rain chances showing up for sure. It still appears as though some of the heaviest rainfall potential, if you will. Potential is the key word here. Over the next 7 days, it's going to be east of North Texas. But the bottom line is, again, late weekend into the early part of next week, I think we're going to see some rain around the area. And again, like I mentioned, that will definitely be good news for us. So this is also good news. Look at your high temperatures today. Again, we're generally talking about 50s around the area. Lots of bright sunshine. All of that looks good. You can see most of the day will be in the 40s, but for a couple hours, kind of mid-late afternoon, we'll be touching that 50-degree mark. If you're trying to get out this evening, go do whatever it is you do, 40s into the 30s. So still a fairly chilly evening. You'll still want that big winter coat. And even overnight tonight, we're going to do another pretty cold night, but not as cold as we have been. That's the good news. Again, you can see a lot of us still in the 20s at sunrise tomorrow morning. Then as we go through tomorrow, Thursday, similar story. We continue to moderate the temperatures. We're basically right around 50 again tomorrow. But again, we will have a bit more of a brisk northerly wind. But after that, here we go. This is truly the good news. Look at your Friday. Look at the weekend. Again, we're truly off to the races. Those temperatures continue to bounce up. And again, the thaw out does continue around the area. Now, Sunday, there is an opportunity of at least some scattered showers. Precipitation may be relatively light on Sunday. We'll track that, but generally cloudy, kind of a damp day. And then the middle part of next week, Tuesday into Wednesday, somewhere in that time frame, there may be another fairly likely opportunity of some rain. But again, you can see at least temperature-wise, definitely looking better. We don't see, at least in the near term, any major cold snaps settling back in around the area. We're tracking all this, more coming up.